What is going on? How are you doing today? I'll wait. Yeah, is that right? Wow, okay. All right, cool. Are you serious? Okay. Yeah. Oh, wow. Yeah, okay. What am I doing? That's weird. Okay, so today we are here to look at a product. We're looking at a product today, a product that I stand behind. It's really dope. It is a digital piano called the Donner S300. Donner sent this over to me, so I did not pay for it, but there's going to be more on that in just a little bit about why it's important for me to say that and why it's important for me to, again, just be as authentic and transparent as humanly possible. So thanks, Donna, for sending this my way, and enjoy the video. So I am here today to talk about this digital piano that is in front of me. It's called the Donner S300. And before we kind of dive in and talk a little bit about, what it is and all the things, let's just kind of talk about Donner's digital pianos for a little bit. So by this point, after this video is out, I'll have done a video on the Donner S100, the Donner R300, and the Donner S300. And what I feel about these digital pianos is that I think they all look stunning. And I also think that they are just very, very reasonably priced. And I want to talk about that just for a little bit here. So when it comes to products and when it comes to people like myself, so-called YouTubers, I don't know why I'm doing air quotes, but yes, people who make YouTube videos to, make them for whatever they want to make them for, recommending products or sharing information or whatever. There's an interesting thing here, right? There's this thing about getting free products that either cost a lot of money or cost a little bit of money. When I say free, maybe it's not really free, right? You're not paying money for it, but maybe you're doing a video in return. And I think that there's a lack of trust, understandably, from the end viewers on like whether or not the person who is presenting this product to you, would they purchase it with their own money? Maybe even would they purchase it with their own money? I don't want to get overcomplicated, but like, would they purchase it if their buying power was equivalent to yours, right? A millionaire versus someone who's making $100,000 a year, maybe it doesn't matter if a millionaire would purchase it because the money means something different to them, right? If that makes sense. So I say all that to say, one of the things that I'm really more inclined to do on this channel is to explicitly state, did I buy this or not? No. I didn't buy this. I didn't buy those other digital pianos. I think I mentioned it in those videos as well. Would I recommend this? Would I recommend the S100, the R300? Let's talk about it, right? At the end of the day, what I said on the S100 video, I think you can get that digital piano for like $300 on discount, which is unfathomable to me. And this is not a video to talk too much about the S100, but I think anyone that's looking to get a nice looking and nice sounding digital piano and not trying to break the bank, like, I don't know if you can get anything that compares to that personally. I love that piano. I think it's fantastic. So naturally, I was curious about some of their other products, right? So the R300 I talked about, that was a more premium digital piano. I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think the sound engine on all three of them are identical, or maybe very, 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 very close. Maybe there's only a difference of like the speakers in the 300 series versus the 100, something like that. And of course, the look and the build. And I'm going to show you, the full look of this one in just a moment. But let's kind of dive in. I think that was just something important to kind of share, right? This digital piano is really dope, and I haven't played piano in a while. I've been so busy with other things. I just want to play for a few minutes before we dive into some of the features and all that good stuff. I'm out of practice a little bit, but this is good. This feels good. So let's just talk about this for a bit. All right. So it's a digital piano that's very, very simplistic in terms of like its features and such. Let's kind of dig through a few different ones. So first of all, you got different sounds over here. So this has strings, string with piano. That sounds good. That sounds really good. And then you got things like this. Trying to find the guitar. So good. I haven't played in so long, guys. I need to get back into the mix here. How does this part go? So good. So you got guitar sounds. Yeah, it's a really, really good digital piano. All those sounds there. You also have local control where you could turn it on or off. It's one of these buttons over here. We hold this function button and you press. And the reason local control is important is you can turn piano sound off. So nothing comes out of here when you're using it as a MIDI controller, which is fantastic because it has MIDI over USB, but it also has Bluetooth MIDI by one of these buttons over here to turn Bluetooth on and off. So it's really, really robust, in my opinion. I think it's just absolutely fantastic. So you have that. Now I want to talk a little bit about like the way it looks, right? So let's do that. Let's turn this around and let's look at like the look and style of this digital piano. So it comes with, you know, this stand here that, let me just pull this out a little bit so you can kind of see better. So how's that? Can you kind of get a feel, right? It has like these vertical sort of like metal frames, and it's all kind of comes, you know, complete with the kit. So it's super heavy. So be aware of that. And then sort of the coup de grace, so to speak, I don't know if that's the right word, is this. So you can put this down and, I don't know, double it as like a bench, or you can just leave it like that when you're not using it, which is really, really nice. Okay, so there's one more thing I wanted to say real quick. I was just getting ready to leave the room and I just thought to myself like, huh, and I want to share this with you guys. So first of all, I don't have the lapel mic right here. I don't have it on, so maybe we can get like a different, you know, audio quality. It shouldn't sound that different because it's quite quiet in this room. But this is what I wanted to say. So I do not have I don't have an acoustic piano in my house, right? So the idea of having like a furniture piecing, what am I saying? Furniture piece looking or style digital piano that kind of replicates a lot of what an acoustic piano would do is something that's very, very appealing to me. So to that point, this is the first piano that I've owned where I can do this. And that's a big deal, right? Closing it. Let me turn this other light on. It's so dark in here. Hang on. Look at this. Thought there'd be light. Where's the button? Ooh. Okay, so closing it. It's so nice. But I thought of something. Like, full transparency. How cool would this be, right? If there was a mode that lets you have it powered on by just lifting. So as soon as you lift it up, it knows that you're about to play and it's on already. right? Or alternatively, maybe, I mean, I doubt this is gonna work, right? But like if I close it like that and just leave it powered on, it's using electricity, I think. So if I press one of these keys, hang on, I'm trying to press it. It's hard to. Yeah, so of course you can still hear it. Right? So I don't know. I just thought that would be kind of cool to have a setting on here where it turns off as a sensor or something, right? And it just stays off when it's closed and you open it up and you start playing. Maybe for the next revision, but I just thought that would be kind of interesting. Let me know what you guys think about that feature thing that I just mentioned. All right, now back to the video piece. And you have this nice thing back here. On the back of it, you have, let's see, 1/4 inch output. You have a 1/4 inch input. You have 2 headphone jacks on the bottom. Hang on, one more thing. On the bottom here, there are 2 headphone jacks underneath here. I should also specify that that sustain pedal gets plugged into like an area on the bottom, like right around this area, not on the back. So that's another thing. But yeah, on the back, you got USB Type B, right, to plug it like for MIDI controller and stuff like that. Of course, the power cable, and then another sustain port on the back. I think there's like this 3. There's like a 1/4 inch in, 1/4 inch out, and then a sustain on the back there. And yeah, I'm just a huge fan of their products, honestly. Like look guys, I've used a lot of different digital pianos over the years. I'll try to name a few of them. Like I've had the Yamaha P515. That was like my first like main one that I purchased before I was a YouTuber, when I was first getting back into making, playing piano and stuff. So I had that for a while, but I've used a lot of different ones. I've used, like the Roland Phantom 88. I've used like the Yamaha Montage 88. I used the Roland RD 2000. What else? The Nord Piano 5. I think the 6 is out now, so the 5 I used. And what it boils down to is like, they're all great. Everything that I just mentioned was great. But when it comes to like paying your own hard-earned money for a product, you want to get bang for your buck is definitely important. And when I look at something like this, you can check the website for the exact pricing, and there's like a discount code as well if you're interested in this one. I think you just check the link. I'll have it as a first comment and in the description. But it doesn't get better. It doesn't get better than this for digital pianos, in my opinion, for the price point. If anyone, and I'm not trying to push this on anyone, right? I just think that, like, again, this for people who are willing to pay more than the S100 for some more premium features, or not even features, I'm sorry, premium look. The features are essentially the same, right? And I think this is around 2 to 3 times the price of the S100. And you keep that in mind, right? You keep that in mind. I mean, this is a different sort of stylish look, but I think the S100 looks really, really nice as well. Don't get me wrong. I think it's a really nice looking digital piano. So yeah, that's where we'll leave this video. Hopefully this was helpful for some of you guys. I might actually do a little bit more playing real quick because I was kind of embarrassed with my performance. It wasn't great. We got to step that up a little bit. So we're going to do just a little bit more playing to end today's video, and then we'll close out. Well, actually, this is the close. So thank you for watching. I'll see you guys later, and I'm going to play myself out. Thank you. That's cool. What else? All right, that is the end of today's video. Thank you very much for watching.